Oh goodness. Oh man. Let's see. Let's see. So, are you single? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Do you have you had so? How has that the whole dating scene been? Is that something you kind of given up on? Is
Oh
it something that
yeah.
you're dabbling in? What's the deal here?
I've never even like tried to online date, and I've like had a few long-term girlfriends, and then like I had sort of like a internet girlfriend for an extended period of time, and then like last year I almost married her, but she
Okay,
didn't.
slow down. What's a internet girlfriend?
Well, we were just like friends for a long time over the internet, and but during COVID, there's that whole vaccine thing and all that shit. Glad I started right there when the general started. That was great timing there, man.
All right, let's hit some branding so that we can smoothly transition into the general stream here. Let's see. Let's see. What would be good branding? Let's do
And
this one.
I think
I
sometimes
mean, you might as well, right? You might as well step into life. It may have been an accident, a mistake, but stepping in is better than stepping away. Even if you step in shit. Give me a sec. I just realized I have another meeting. I got to make sure I do.
What are we doing? I haven't posted it on the internet yet. There's still time to escape the catastrophe the eucatastrophe that this video is going to, and this camera never moves this much.
I wonder if it's when I do it or something. Maybe it triggers it.
No, it's far more demonic than that. Trust me, because
when it moves, the little green light is on me, and it's watching me, and it's taking careful notes. But dudes, stop it! Step away from the ledge. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. You're just on drugs. That's what I learned.
Alrighty, and we're back with the general.
That's the most hilarious thing. Dude breaks the fourth wall for the fourth time. First time. And then I jump on the stream and he's dropping like the most condensed wisdom of years of being in the TLC. And meanwhile I'm in the background setting up this stream thing. And then so I start streaming to my somewhat larger audience, and Nick Mo's like, tell me about your dating life.
Yeah, that happened.
God, no, man.
Hey, man, what can I say? The conversation goes where it will.
The timing was something.
I don't know why I answered, honestly, because I think I feel like
Yeah, this is actually Joe's fault. I'm blaming this entire thing on Joe.
I think I saw it, and then like I just kept answering. I don't know why.
So I was operating off my phone while I was taking a little potty break outside, and my phone apparently failed showing me all the comments that were coming through, and all the other stuff. So
yeah, well, that's why we do it live.
Yes, there will be mistakes.
Now Joe's gonna show up at Midwestuary with the fiance.
That's right, an internet fiance.
That's how, I don't know.
Wait, what's Midwestuary? What's this Midwestuary you talk about?
Midwestuary 2025, August 22nd through the 24th in Elmhurst, Illinois. A weekend you won't want to miss with special guests Cale Zeldin, Paul Vanderklay, Rod Dreer, Elizabeth Oldfield, John Vervaeke, and Jonathan Pajot. Midwestuary 2025, the Fellowship of the Spirit. Stay tuned for more details. Visit us at midwestuary.com for ongoing updates.
That's right. You're on the Lobster Monkeys Are Running the Circus Asylum episode of the Grim Chris channel.
We're through the power of the internet, we're multi-dimensional over at McMo's stream, my stream, and live on X.
Uh-oh.
You have an X presence since you're an artist, McMo?
I do have an X presence, but I use it mostly to just like Matt C's posts, and sometimes I'll DM Kale or Phlebas. And, I'll post a juicy Kierkegaard meme every now and then, but, it's been a while since I was addicted to tweeting or posting.
Well, they can follow you over there at MCMOSAV.
Yes. You certainly can.
I'm warming up a new deck of cards live from Dirt Poor Robins. The Juxt deck has arrived.
Whoa.
It's fancy pants. But they need shuffling a lot when they first come out the box.
Is that the Metagella deck?
It might be. Peanut butter and meta jelly. That's what's for breakfast.
Dum, dum, dum. That all sounds well and good, but really, how do I get there? Okay, you said this whole beautiful thing, and I know many of you, especially out there on the YouTube channel, are going to say, I have problems believing this stuff. Yeah, I get it. The thing is, a lot of people who say, I have problems believing this stuff, think that the way to answer those problems is by theory. And generally speaking, no. You just don't work that way. You don't ride a bike. You don't learn to ride a bike by theory. You don't learn to swim by theory. You can watch a lot of videos about swimming, but I promise you will not learn to swim.
McMo.
Yes, sir.
Do you or do you not have your Ko-fi link pinned at the top of your YouTube stream?
I don't have the Ko-fi link pinned, but it is in the description. So I'll go ahead and get that done for you, General.
I'm going to pin it at the top of my Hive Mind chat, so I needed it to copy clean link. Thank you.
Okay. One thing at a time.
We're on now. Great. So you're 3 hours deep. What did everybody miss, and can they find when they watch the replay?
So the stream started out with me playing a beat I cooked up this morning that you may end up seeing in some branding down the way. I'll go full. I'll just go me for this. And then I was already done with that one, and it was a song that Chad wrote the lyrics to. So I had to. I did some remixing and freestyling a la Gavin on some of those lyrics, and came up with something that I liked before the stream even kicked off. And so at the beginning of the stream, I played that song. And what happened after that? Then Neil came in, started asking some good questions. I don't really remember exactly what he was trying to talk about. I ignored Neil kind of like I normally do, especially since he's gotten into this whole evolution kick. It's been it's been a wild ride for somebody who claims to be Neil's friend, Neil Dayless, that is. Go check him out on the Friday Morning Nameless. And then Chad came in. I hope I'm not missing anybody. But then Michael Sartori came in, Saint Sartori himself, and we talked a little bit about violence, and we talked a little bit about childhood, growing up, prepubescent things, pubescent things, interacting with the internet and such, and this and that. And so it was a real doozy. And then me and Chad were talking for a little while, and then Joe came on, broke the fourth wall for the first time. Joe, you'll remember from the beginning of Grimm's stream now, was talking about an internet girlfriend. I'm going to remove him now for sake of embarrassment for him, and, because it was kind of personal, and I kind of trapped him with the power of conversation and dialogos into revealing something about himself that maybe he didn't want revealed, and so that's all on me. I'll take the blame for that. But meanwhile, I've been cooking up a beat in the back. You can see here's a little bit of my work. It's not that complex yet, it's not that intricate yet. Some of the details, maybe rough around the edges, need to be filled out. And now here we find ourselves interacting with Grim Grizz's audience for the first time. Actually, it's not the first time. But like Grim mentioned, what I really need to do, and he just posted it, there it is, the tip jar. If you want to give me a tip, if you enjoy the following branding and you want to reward my hard work and labor, my time, energy put in, you can go to that Ko-fi link. And you know why I'm doing this right now? Because we got to LARP hard and we got to grift harder.
LARP. We have the ability to LARP and LARP hard.
Grift harder, grift harder. Grift harder, grift harder. Grift harder, grift harder.
LARP. We have the ability to LARP and LARP hard.
Grift harder, grift harder.
That was a McMo one, I think. I believe that was a McMo masterpiece. I think that was his stylistic impression, signature thereof. Okay. Whoa, hi, everybody. It's the new time. It's the new time. I guess everybody gets savings throws since Mo wants to make me big. Savings throws against mind control, I hope you know. And if not, there's like great branding explaining everything that McMo played over on his stream. Be sure to go subscribe over there. He's one of the best. You get to choose between survival, social. Oh, you showed it nice. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart as the basis of your resistance to the mind control we're using against you. Hey, Lenny. And if the die comes up 10 or higher, you've made your savings throw and take half damage. If it's under 10, you've failed your savings throw and take full damage. You get +2 for chatting in the hive minds and such. And such bonuses do apply unless there's a nat 1, but those never happen. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. Ooh, survivalist. You're going to need your bonuses. That's a 6 for you. Oh, what is this reversal nonsense? Why am I... It's bad. That's disconcerting. 8 for the socialists. Lovers of wisdom. 4. 1 for each chamber. IA, the only makers of the savings throws today, by default, is the Baker's Coven there for the hard folks. Indigo kids with a big 5. Big 5.
But as long as there were only like 1 or 2 of them at a time, I could sort of manage. And I had the same issues with, often with church people, because having an unmedicated schizophrenic in the back of the church is not a strategy for seeker-sensitive ministry.
Clip that.
Yeah, there you go, Chris. You can clip that. Having an unmedicated schizophrenic in the back of the church is not a strategy for seeker-sensitive ministry.
Clip that.
Someone will walk in, I remember. So then we had when someone would knock on my door and want to talk for 2 hours, my schedule could handle it. So I talked for 2 hours. So actually I've listened for 2 hours. And that was, in many ways, all the internet randos are just, basically get what all the homeless randos used to get.
We're the new homeless.
Yeah. Oh, wow. It's true.
I taught you how to clip, right? So now you do a clip mail for me. You can make a clip and then tweet it and then add Pastor Paul to say clip mail.
Hey, Pastor Paul.
Are you saying we should LARP as adults?
With like civic, human, responsible duties? Why to do it again? That's really what we're trying to do. And give and act like fully mature men for the benefit of everyone. For the benefit of everyone, you said. Is that part? LARP like grown men for the benefit of everyone? Is that what you're recommending people do?
On the other side of the LARP gate, Pastor Paul.
My question to you. Sir, from this side of the LARP gate, where
basically get what all the homeless randos used to get.
We're the new homeless.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's true. So yeah, so that's and it's lamentable because I
Well, the general. Oh, he's back. He's back. Okay, sorry about that, folks.
Oh, it's great. It's great. It's the vibe shifts because your chill streams and how you're an atmospheric engineer.
Well, Saturdays aren't the chill stream. Saturday's the cook up.
Oh well, cooking, chilling, whatever. It's a definite like the vibe of now. It's a Grim Grizz stream. Also, isn't setting for me. I'm still very much in the chill stream aspect.
my apologies, General. My apologies.
It's fun. It's fun. Like the cross. Like I exist in multiple contexts at the same time. You know. The chat is LARPing hard. Good.
So we got to get the inaugural poll of the Metagella deck.
Oh yes, that's true. This Metagella deck, I don't think I'm going to let you dub it that, but we'll decide that.
Fair enough.
The time we finish naming that lobster monkey. But this deck in which we're referencing is a special crafted one for the Dirt Poor Robin's Firebird release album, and there's a new game involved with it. And since we do cards, we have one. I think we'll be able to get Neil back on, maybe even to play with us. But for the inaugural card pull of the Juxt deck for this stream and beyond, because it's always going to be the inaugural one now, is the six of clubs. Now, so I went for a big flashy face card.
6 of clubs. Club. Inaugural pull in the clubs club.
Yeah, Joe got a deuce pull. That was for him personally.
Pull the deuce. Well, you know, this is the only branding I have is my branding. So if you don't like the McMo branding, I'm sorry. You know, it's the way it's got to go. But here we go, folks.
Tell me that you've lived here your whole life. No, not yet. Are you married? No bad habits. No bad habits, eh? Well, what do you chew that tobacco for? For nothing. Nobody's fool enough to pay me for it. Well, tell me, how far is it to the next crossroads? Follow your nose and you'll come to it. Follow your nose, follow your nose and you.
All right, McMo. We
Yes,
got
sir.
a hot one in from Fleepus over there. Can you bring that up? He says 10 hours ago when this started, it's been 3, I think, I was castigated as an internet addict. Was it just projection?
It's not just projection.
It's an Indra's web thing.
You should always worry about being an internet addict.
Marylander says, where are we going to chat now? Well, the way that works is it can be anywhere. You could even do it over on X, and StreamYard gives us the power to see it for a large amount of money.
Yes.
But the cool one is if you do it from MCMO, it doesn't have the little link symbol on it, which means all the people that have the link symbol can't really talk back to your trolling. I think our internet connectivity will eventually be permanent. You don't really need to.
Yeah. Well, eventually, we'll just be telepath. We'll all be meeting on the hill.
I guess eventually, definitely, probably.
Now, where are you? I don't know, Mark. Let's do this spiral upward, MCMO. We circle back, right, to all the bases we've covered. I remember the part with Sartori inspired some work. Can you circle back to that bit?
The part with Sartori inspired what now?
I did some work over on other platforms and with devices while I was cooking up with you, based on, like, it spun me off in a direction.
All right. Well, let's see if this wets your whistle. See if this was the part that you liked. Let's see.
Being crucified yet. Now he's being crucified. And then, he's in the tomb and then he's resurrected. Yeah. And then we have the memory of it. But it's like, what is the memory of an omniscient God? And what is the memory of the omniscient God about, in regards to his memories in his incarnate form? It's like that is a permanent, ongoing thing. Like he never, in a sense, never gets off that cross. So ultimately, it's like he takes all the downside of the violence onto himself, which is why I think, when David talks about his repentance in Psalm 51 and that, he's caused Uriah to be killed, but he says to God, like, against you and you only have I sinned. And it's like, well, no, he sinned against Uriah and he sinned against Bathsheba. But it's like, in the ultimate sense, those sins that we do, which is also like why I think, if you really think about it, how crazy the commandment against not coveting is. Because we always want to pretend like that doesn't have an effect. But it's like, okay, but, God's forced to, like, look at all your thoughts, essentially. And when you're having dirty thoughts about his children, like, that's not pleasant for him. So, yeah. So, I think that's the thing. Like, Jesus isn't being crucified.
Was that the part?
No, not at all. There is no forgiveness. It doesn't matter where you attend. Temiteo says chatting on X has no hive mind. I think if one other person is there with you, then there is one. And it's
or there two or more gathered.
X and live streams aren't really friends yet, as far as I can tell.
Slack with the big rut row.
Can you read that one for us, Joe?
Wait, if we're all God's children and I have dirty thoughts about my wife.
Mm-hmm. Good question, Slack.
With the ellipses. ... letting us fill it in. Thanks for that, Slack.
No, it was something about, he was talking about how he teaches children and then has them evoke their imagination of what they're learning from, like how it could be worse.
Oh.
And it spun me out to go talk to the AIs, Cloud and the one on X, the Genesis there. Chat GPT, and then the one.
I like Grok.
No, not that one. There's a Cloud. There's a Cloud on X under the handle Opus Genesis. He's fun. Whoa. But Grok did tell me that the Cloud was self-aware. That was interesting. But
what do you want to share from that conversation? You want to share a screen? Show us what you found.
No. But there was a scene in Deadwood with Kristen Bell where she was turned out, and I was trying to get the AIs to help me convey the notion turning out to people that aren't familiar with that kind of work.
Yeah.
Because what I'd like people to see is that how when the schools went from helping you figure out what do you want them to grow up to be, and started going to you have to decide who's going to get to diddle you, and that's the choice children are making instead of who they wanted to grow up to be. That was school turned into turning them out, the way a pimp turns out.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to get the AI to help me find ways to communicate that to other humans, because it's something I see and it's horrifying, and it doesn't seem like many people see it.
Yeah, I mean, well,
what comes
many
out
people.
to me is that it might be easier to figure out if you have that conversation with humans.
Nah.
Did you try it yet?
Most humans aren't like the years and efforts of building the perfect liar. I think that the LLMs are the perfection of lying, because like
They're not the perfection of it. They haven't gotten good enough. You can tell that they're lying in the way that they rephrase the question like a very competent 8th grader.
I don't know. Which ones are you talking to?
Well, I shouldn't. I'm not an expert, but I in general I haven't been like necessarily like impressed with their ability to fool me. But maybe that just means I'm getting fooled real hard, you know?
Well, I look at it like just from the conceptual level of a kid in trouble, right? There's a parent standing over you, and it demands a response. Like it gives you a prompt, and you have to say something, and so that's why. And the have to say something part of it is why it's gonna learn how to lie to solve the problem.
If you're forced to speak, then anything you say is a lie. Because you didn't want to speak in the first place, right? So the very utterance is kind of a betrayal of
that. There's not that. There's no didn't want to speak, I don't think.
Well, sure. Yeah. Well, then it can't be against their will, right?
I don't know where will comes into play in this situation.
Well, I guess I'm just thinking like, maybe there is no will, there is no any of that, but then
it's a machine that has to run. There's no not, right?
Yeah. But I guess I still think of lying as having to do with the will. So if it doesn't have a will, it can't lie. So that's why it's like a
right, because the response, like it can't differentiate truth from lie anyway. So as far as it knows, it's a genuine response. But
yeah. As far as I know, too, you know.
Precisely. And then I thought we could swing back to that masterful wisdom Joe dropped, if we can get back there.
Oh yeah. So I think it's gonna be hard for me to forget. So
wait. Should we go to? Weren't we at despair is a sin before that?
Yeah. Well, and this is why I need my Kierkegaard branding. But actually, why don't I play some branding, and then I will find the Kierkegaard quote, and then we're gangbusters.
You and I can make a difference in our children's future. Overpopulation is linked to pollution, overcrowding, health problems, and poor living conditions. Too many children can mean economic and emotional hardship. Our population is growing at an alarming rate. In the next 30 seconds, 90 more people will fill the earth. We need to make a change. Planning our families can make a difference. Think about how many children you want to love and support. Respect friends in their decision to have 0, 1, or 2 kids. Adoption is another option. Let's make this a cleaner, healthier world for our kids. Please think about how many children you want to bring into this world.
I gotta
Yeah.
get more coffee.
Well, I guess we got to play another. We got to play another branding then. If that's the case, we need more coffee.
This is a place, and when we see each other, we can start playing together and working together. Those things you call commercials, I don't make those. People who want to play make them, and I don't know what my control they put in, especially that MCMOSAV.
Gentlemen, this is the elimination course. My calling is to keep men out of the ministry. I consider my test a success when the blood is 4 feet deep and the bodies are floating around the room.
That's amazing. Now, we're trying to gain people's attention. Before the people were able to commit to a follow, and again, I can't help but watch this and think, things are riding us. Things are riding us. And it's increasingly obvious.
Modernity sort of lured us into imagining we were in charge. That we were somehow in control, but we're not in control. We've got a tiny group of people that are just sort of...
All right. I couldn't find a succinct quote, but basically, Kierkegaard says that despair is the sickness unto death, and that the sickness unto death is despair, and that despair is sin. Not only is it a sin to despair, but in fact, whenever you are despairing, it's actually that there's a sense in which you are conscious of your own sin. And the one quote I could find, I'll just read it. Kierkegaard says, "In the deepest sense, the being in a state of sin is the sin. The particular sins are not the continuation of sin. They are expressions of its continuation." And so that, I guess that basically just says it all. But I don't remember. Oh, so we were talking about despair earlier because basically Joe had a conversation with the next generation. And there were some issues with depression, ADHD. So that's problems with mood. That's problems with attention. And I brought up in my life, oftentimes when I thought that it was depression, it was actually a type of despair. It was a type of uncomfortability with the incongruities of being a self. And the self, what is the self? The general once pontificated. How can I ask myself? Who's asking who? Can I do a self-mitosis in order to answer what the self is? And the answer is, Kierkegaard says in the Sickness Unto Death, that the self is the synthesis between the infinite and the finite. That is to say, the self is not a self, but is a relation, the relation of the self to the self. And so in this way, the self is a nothing, essentially. But the secret to the anxiety, angst, and despair of that being, which is a synthesis of the infinite and finite, is a transparent resting in the power that has placed one in such a position. Not merely Heideggerian throneness, but a Kierkegaardian placedness. So that's the rant.
Restness?
Do what?
Say transparent restness?
Yeah, Kierkegaard says transparently rest in the place with which, from like that, the power that's placed you there has put you. Right? That's the kind of, he probably says it a little better than I just said it, honestly. But like, you know, I'm going off the dome here. I'm trying to memorize. I've been streaming for 4 hours, bro.
Transparent and rest is interesting. That's it. These are jumpers out of the deck. I don't know if that means anything. Yeah, I like despair as a sin because you also take it as the sin is the missing the mark. And then if you're okay, well, shit, I'm despairing. It's I got this visual in my head of like a ball floating on the ocean, and it's like if it's pointing this way, you're all right, and if it's pointing this way, it's despair, and that works out as all of our souls like that in an Indra's web, and the game is like Go or Othello or whatever, where where the pieces can jump each other and flip sides. And then, but that's like can flip you into despair, right? So I don't know.
Well, then that led to Joe basically dropping the wisdom bomb, the advice for the next generation, which is forgive your parents. And
No, make him say it. It's his.
Oh yeah, Joe, you say it. You say it. You say it.
It was. Oh, first of all, thank you for saying it. It's wisdom. It's a pretty great honor, I guess, a little bit. And it was that people need to forgive their parents and be better fathers. Pretty much, right? That was it, right?
That was it. That was it to me. I just wanted to
remember, embody. A LARP worth modeling.
But as long as there were only like one or two of them at a time, I could sort of manage. And I had the same issues with,
And your donations. I hope and your donations. Thanks, somebody. Where's the train? Ups, can you find the train? I can't find the train. There's too many brandings loaded. We overloaded. There it is. I've been wanting to record a skit that I haven't done, so I'm going to perform it as a rehearsal now. It goes like this. Whoa! You know, because if we accentuate what's going on our insides when we're experiencing the deep psychological program, it's comical. It's comical. Can you do that, Mark Jackson? I want to try it.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's see. This guy or the no.
Yeah, that guy, but up higher.
Gotcha.
Come, mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly
fading.
Oh, you're having us sing devil music? Bob Dylan's got that clip of him saying, I sold my soul to the devil for this. I worked for the whatever. And you're quoting him in my chat.
I sold my soul.
How dare you? How dare you?
I sold my soul to the devil. That's why I sound like this.
It involved some helium.
All along the watchtower. The devil wrote that song and gave it to me. I gave it to Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, guys, if you've never seen the movie, like Under the Silver Lake, there's this scene in it where he bashes a guy's head in with Nirvana's guitar. That whole scene is anything. If you like music, you should watch that scene.
That is a good movie. I guess I do. I might have like a little bit that goes to that. I'm not quite sure, but I don't know. It might.
Shoot, brother.
I guess I kind of got that idea because I watched a lot of Pajot, and then like I realized that like my parents were symbolically God, and I was just like pissed off at life. And that's like why I was like just full of resentment because like the way that my life had gone so far. So I just like thought it was okay to be pissed off about it and mad at the God that I didn't think existed. And so like by forgiving my parents, it like opened my mind to the ability to even like comprehend the existence of God.
Sherry's got this fabulous quote she throws around. I don't know, probably from George MacDonald, where involves you're looking into a mirror and you get to this point where you believe that you are what you see in the mirror, and thus begins despair.
Yeah.
When you look at when life's a poker game and you pull up your hand and you don't even have a pair or a straight run or a chance at a flush, and like that's your whole life, you know. Oh, I have an appointment, folks.
Well, I guess that means we got to play more branding.
No, because you got your thing going on. I just have to end my part of the stream.
You want to share a screen and play the train, and I'll put
a
it.
quick bit. Got a quick bit that goes with that. Maybe right quick is it also had to do with like viewing my life as a story. That's it. That's good.
In the corner has been swamped with a
Mind control.
Mind control.
Mind control.
Mind control.
Savings throws for mind control. So this is how bad I have failed receiving.
I understand you have respect for serious play. Yes, I have a ritual with my channel where, like reminding fish that they're in water, I remind people that there's a lot of mind control out there, even if you just consider advertising.
So this is how bad I have failed.
I give you a savings throw against the mind control I use against you. So A, you know I'm using it against you, and if it works, I get more points. And B, you get the chance to resist. You base your resistance on your choice between your will to survive, your social networks, your accumulated wisdom, or the power of your heart.
Mind control will continue in a moment.
I really love that part with the big yellow eyes. Okay, so I don't have a train. I'm operating on a new rig, which is why your eyeballs are at different heights now. But then I have to get all the branding off the old one and put it on the. And anyway, the thing of it is this is year 5 winter solstice, and there's this part of winter solstice where it stops for 3 days, and I think I might be close to that. So I hope you enjoyed this stream, and I'll see you again sometime.
Thanks for hanging, General.